Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to literally flip the script on success. We've all been told a million times that to be successful, you have to completely optimize your mornings. You've got to wake up at 4 a.m., jump out of bed, and just hit the ground running. But what if tomorrow's success actually begins tonight? I'm coming at you with a ton of energy today because we are about to completely challenge that widely held myth. Because the ultimate key to success, it really isn't just about what happens when your alarm goes off.
Right, so there's this massive myth out there that success is just magically forged the exact second you open your eyes. But let's look at the reality. Great mornings are actually created by great nights. Right now, while countless people are spending their evenings just mindlessly doom-scrolling through social media until they literally pass out from exhaustion, highly successful people are doing something different. They're actively preparing their minds. Your bedtime routine is incredibly powerful. It can either meticulously build your dreams or it can quietly, slowly destroy them without you even noticing. So today, we're shifting our focus entirely to nighttime preparation.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Part 1, the core catalyst. And this is all about reviewing your day.
Now listen, if you take absolutely only one thing away from this entire explainer, please let it be these 3 daily reflection questions. Question number 1, what did I accomplish today? I actually want to pause for a second and just ask you that directly. Think about it. We are so often obsessed with our endless to-do lists and, the massive mountains we still have left to climb that we completely ignore the ground we've already covered. Let the weight of acknowledging your daily wins really sink in. Whether you closed a massive business deal or maybe you just managed to stay patient during a really stressful commute, acknowledging those victories primes your brain for a super positive, confident mindset.
Okay, then we move to the second question. What mistakes did I make? Now, wait, hold on. I want to be very, very clear here. This is absolutely not an invitation to beat yourself up or spiral into some guilt trip. Notice the tone of this question. It's meant to be analytical, it's intimate, it's honest. This is all about taking a fearless inventory of where you fell short so you can make those necessary, nightly micro-adjustments. Did you lose your temper? Did you procrastinate on a big project? By simply naming the mistake in the quiet of the night, you literally strip away its power and you turn it into pure, actionable data for tomorrow.
And that leads us perfectly into the third and final question of our daily reflection. What can I improve tomorrow? This is the exact moment where the magic of the previous 2 questions totally converges. So you have your wins, right? You have your data on your mistakes, and now you formulate an actionable plan for actual growth. Truly successful people do not wait for an annual performance review or some shiny New Year's resolution to grow. No way. They look at this question every single night, and they decide how to be just 1% better the very next day.
Small, daily reflections create massive life changes. It's so true. When we focus intensely on those 3 daily reflection questions, what did I accomplish? What mistakes did I make? What can I improve? We are engaging in the most potent form of personal development there is. Because these aren't just questions, right? They're a nightly recalibration system. Over days, weeks, and months, the compound interest of these micro-adjustments will entirely shift your life's trajectory. You're no longer just letting life happen to you, you are actively directing the whole shebang.
Which brings us right to part 2, plan tomorrow before it begins.
So now that your daily reflection has totally cleared your mental slate, it is time to lay down the tracks for tomorrow. We've actually already done step 1 through our reflection. Step 2 is identifying your top 3 priorities, and step 3 is writing them down before you go to sleep. Why is this so incredibly critical? Well, because waking up without a plan is basically a guaranteed way to waste your time. If you wake up and then try to figure out what you should do, the day has already won. But by stepping through these actions tonight, you ensure you wake up with absolute clarity. You know exactly what to execute.
Preparation creates productivity. It sounds simple, but it is profound. Having your top 3 priorities set the night before is your ultimate shield against morning decision fatigue. You know what I mean? You don't have to spend your precious, finite morning energy deciding what to do. You only have to spend it on actually doing it. You've already made the difficult choices while you were winding down the night before.
Okay, moving on to part 3, disconnect from screens. So, to actually execute this blueprint, we really need to establish a vital boundary, and that is protect the last hour. Reserving the final 60 minutes of your day for screen-free peace totally shapes tomorrow. It stops that anxiety-inducing habit of doom scrolling, and let's be honest, it saves you from accidentally dropping your phone right on your face when you finally fall asleep. But more importantly, it gives your mind the definite signal that the workday and all the world's endless demands are officially on pause.
Instead of staring at a glowing rectangle, try exploring your mental sandbox, and this brilliantly illustrates just how simple it can be. Read a physical book, listen to some calming music, meditate, pray, or honestly, just sit quietly for a few minutes. Finding peace can be remarkably simple. We just have to deliberately choose it over the algorithmic chaos of our devices.
Now, as we slow our pace down a bit, we enter part 4, practice gratitude.
Your health, your family, your opportunities, your progress. Think about this. No matter how incredibly difficult, chaotic, or frustrating your day was, forcing your perspective onto these foundational anchors completely alters your mindset. It's a psychological tool. It immediately shrinks your daily anxieties and it tells your brain, hey, we're okay. We have exactly what we need.
A grateful mind sleeps peacefully and wakes up stronger. You simply cannot drift into deeply restorative sleep if your mind is clenching tightly onto resentments from the day. Gratitude releases that grip. It creates a direct link between your physical rest and your mental preparation for the next day's challenges.
And once the mind is finally peaceful, it's perfectly ripe for part 5, visualize your future. Instead of letting your mind naturally wander into all those worst-case scenarios, which we all do, intentionally imagine yourself achieving your biggest goals right as you lie there. Visualize yourself becoming confident, successful, healthy, and disciplined. Play the movie of your ideal self in your mind's eye. Your subconscious begins believing what you repeatedly imagine, embedding these targets right into your core identity as you drift off to sleep. I love this concept. Great achievements are often created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. Nighttime visualization isn't just daydreaming, folks. It is the literal first step of actual achievement. By building the blueprint in your mind tonight, you are laying the solid foundation for the reality you're going to build with your actions tomorrow.
But of course, all this intense mental work demands a complete physical reset. Part 6, sleep like it matters.
Look, you just cannot hack basic human biology. The tired mind makes poor decisions, foolishly sacrificing sleep for work under the sheer delusion that grinding longer somehow equals achieving more. But the well-rested mind? It actually performs better because it fiercely protects recovery time. True success demands high-quality energy for sure, not just a high quantity of waking hours.
All right, let's wrap up this explainer by looking at 2 paths, 1 year later.
I want you to imagine 2 very different people ending their day right now. On one side, we have the scroller. They stare at social media, they sleep stressed, they wake up tired, and a year later, they feel completely stuck. On the other side, we have the preparer. They use our blueprint. They reflect, they plan, they practice gratitude, and a year later, their life is completely transformed. So the crucial point here is looking at these 2 entirely different outcomes.
And the difference between feeling stuck and transforming your life? It wasn't luck. It definitely wasn't who had the better morning routine either. It is purely driven by how you intentionally end each day. Intentionality, not chance, leads to a transformed life. You have the power to choose which of these 2 paths you walk down every single night.
Which leaves us with one lingering question for you. Will you go to sleep with purpose tonight? I really want to challenge you on this. Take just 10 minutes tonight. Step away from the screens. Ask yourself those 3 daily reflection questions. What did I accomplish? What mistakes did I make? And what can I improve tomorrow? Take control of your tomorrow tonight. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I seriously cannot wait to see the reality you build from tonight's blueprint.